Happy Saturday, wrestling fans! Welcome to the live reaction. I am Dustin Starr. Let's talk about episode 98 of Memphis Wrestling, the first episode of 2023, and man, it did not disappoint. We had hair versus hair in the main event. Two former tag team champions and brothers. Tag team for a long time, going head to head. Just trying to get the camera straight here. But welcome in, everybody. Let's talk about the first episode of 2023. Oh yeah, and also we can talk about the first SmackDown and Raw of 2023 if you'd like. They were in Nashville, WWE Raw on Monday, and then SmackDown on Friday. And man, I'm like a big, proud Papa Bear, as Alan Steele would say. We're very, very proud of the roster and also our trainees that were able to get opportunities with WWE here this week, as well as NBC Young Rock. You guys stay tuned. If you missed Friday's episode of Young Rock, you can see the WrestleCenter front and center. And then also you'll be seeing me coming up on a couple of episodes along with some of the other stars of Memphis Wrestling. So lots of going on here in Memphis Wrestling. Man, SmackDown was last night at FedEx Forum. We were lucky enough to be there as guests of the mayor. Big shout out to Mayor Strickland for opening up his mayor's sweet box for us, and we all enjoyed that while we were on lookout for the stars of Memphis Wrestling to make some sort of an appearance. So if you guys missed Raw, go check out the opening segment and you'll see a little bit there. And then also we had a very strong Memphis Wrestling representation at SmackDown. So big shout out to all the wrestling fans, shout out to the roster. Kicking 2023 off the right way, except for today's main event. Absolutely nuts. I've never in the history of watching any kind of wrestling have I ever seen the person that lost the hair versus hair match actually cut the other guy's hair. What? Anyways, let me get caught up as you guys are posting your comments. There's Courtney. What's up, Courtney? How are you? Steve, what's going on? He says, new show. William says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. What's up, Reggie? Lamb says, nice jacket. Yeah, big shout out to the United Wrestling Network and David Marquez sending us a Christmas gift this year. Courtney says, amazing show. Thank you so much, man. I just think the shows are getting better and better. And coming up, the Grind City Rumble on the road to Milestone 100. It is signed, sealed, and will be delivered. Mike Anthony's defending the Memphis Heritage Championship against the Gun Show. Jonesy says, you were in Nashville. That's where I live. Yeah, so Raw was in Nashville, so we had several of our roster members out there helping with Monday Night Raw. Very, very cool stuff. Big thank you to WWE. I don't think I need to mention any contacts or anything like that, but big shout out to WWE for the big warm welcome and being so cool and working with Memphis Wrestling. Eddie Kane, all right, says, whoop that trick. Oh, loud and clear on SmackDown, just like each and every week on Memphis Wrestling. And you saw the Milestone 100 today where Al Capone, who is the artist that sings that song, was in the house at the WrestleCenter with Super Grizz, and they whooped that trick. So perfect timing on that Milestone 100. William says, great show, Dustin, starting the year off right. Oh yeah. Keith says, great battle royal. That was the road to the Rumble match. Do you guys think that Kay Toomer can do it again in just a couple of weeks on 101 where it all begins again? It could happen. Gary's Home Emporium says, nothing says an old-fashioned wrestling show. Old-fashioned wrestling show Saturday. What's up, my friend? What's up? How are you, Gary? Can't wait to see Blake Christian in Memphis, says Courtney. I can't either. We are going to announce a match coming up very soon of who Blake Christian will be wrestling against. That's coming this week, as the show is 1 week from tomorrow, January 15th. Blake Christian will be in the house. Also, James Ellsworth is coming too. And this week we'll also be announcing who's going to be featured at our Super Bout on February the 4th. It is going to be a ton of fun. I think you guys are going to like it. All right, let me get caught up here again. All right. Of course, Rob says, great show. Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it. Larry says, Happy New Year, Dustin. Let there be a cage match to decide the winner if the loses his hair, just in case can't keep his nose out of the action. Zay needs backup to shave Aaron's head. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. That's good to hear, Courtney. Thank you, Brody. Awesome show, Dustin. You're the best. Thank you, Brody. It was good to see you last night. Robert says, did you see any of Wrestle Kingdom? I've seen some highlights and everything, but I've been so busy, especially with the big event coming up on Monday. We're at Memphis University School. I have to speak for about 45 minutes to the high school students. And then also we're having one big, huge Memphis Mayhem match out at Memphis University School. So big shout out to them. It is a private school, so we'll be able to release a little bit of that information for you. But I mentioned in the live chat that we have something new coming up for Memphis Wrestling. So if 1 hour every Saturday is not enough for you, then you can join Memphis Wrestling Plus. And it's coming very, very soon. That's all I can say right now. But you'll be able to keep up with everything much, much better. You'll be able to see things that you're not supposed to see, especially events like Memphis University School or Dave & Buster's or 901 Grizz Bash, Memphis Zoo. There's a ton of stuff coming up, and not all of it we can show you at once. So this would be a way that you can see things that you're not supposed to see. Eddie Kane, man, $1.99. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Very, very cool stuff. Any donation, of course, they are welcome. So I really appreciate that $1.99, brother. Rob says Memphis Wrestling today was from WPW Arena. Yeah, let's talk about that. If you guys missed Young Rock, go check it out. We'll be posting some pictures of it too. But the WrestleCenter was front and center. Bo says Memphis Wrestling living its best VIP life. Love to hear it. Thank you, Bo. Yes, big shout out to the mayor. He is a big wrestling fan. He loves what we're doing. And then also he's a fan of the Boz. Very, very cool stuff. Lurby says, what else do you have in store for episode 100 besides Memphis Heritage Belt between Mike, Anthony, and Michaels? I guess you'll have to stay tuned to find out. But I would imagine that episode 100 are going to have some characters and superstars on it that have been there since day one and that deserve to be on the 100th episode. And that doesn't mean that nobody else deserves to be on. I'm just saying, as far as the history of us doing the 100 episodes, you know, like obviously would love to lead with some sort of women's match, of course, from the women's division, because that's been something that's been a staple of Memphis Wrestling since episode number 1. Rob says, makes me hungry for next week's show. Oh yeah. So episode 1 of the Grind City Rumble, that's 99. That happens next week. So it's headlined by the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles. So Ray, Sanders, and Derek King get an opportunity at the Posse. They are the #1 contenders. We saw the Posse in action this week, and boy, it was not pretty. Jonathan Storm says, I couldn't believe what I saw at the end. We actually had some fans attacking Aaron Roberts. Can't wait for next week's show. Me too. Rob says, what number are you going to be in the Grind City Rumble? I'm not picking a number. Although it would be cool to get up from the desk one time. Keith says, just curious, is Blaylock really in contact with The Rock? Well, I mean, we've seen several of his Hollywood Clique members on Young Rock and on set with Young Rock, so I have no idea. But the pictures and stuff that you see from all these late night shows and everything, those are legit. Jimmy Blaylock is as legit as it gets. VIP Championship Wrestling will be at Tupelo Con coming up on March the 4th. It's going to be awesome. Jimmy Blaylock has something to do with that. So, I mean, the guy is really good, all right? He won Manager of the Year by a landslide, but he just happens to be such a jerk. Jonesy says, loves K-Toomer show. Enough. What's up, Steve? How are you? Melvin, what's going on? Does Memphis Wrestling have a women's tag team division? No, but we've had some mixed tag team action. We've had some women's tag team action, trios tag team action. So, we do a little bit of all that. Lurvy says, I wonder if James Ellsworth would be a better fit for Memphis Wrestling than it was WWE. Remember what I said about jobbers being more successful in Memphis Wrestling? It's all about the story, Lurvy. It's all about the story. So when you see James Ellsworth come in, I'm sure there will be some sort of story attached to it. Jonathan says, cage match, hair versus hair. I think I've told you guys before, man, to get a cage in there, we'd literally have to build it from scratch inside the building because there's no way that you can fit it inside the building. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. Stay tuned. Any big names going to be in the Grind City Rumble? Lurvy, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but Moose will be there. We were advertising Moose for the Grind City Rumble, so I can say that without really it being a spoiler. What's up, clown? How are you? Hope you had a good time last night, my friend. Thank you for sharing the videos and stuff. Really, really good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Gun Show, Mike Anthony contract hopefully contains the words, Corridor will declare the winner. Oh my gosh. Perhaps. It's going to be crazy. Let me get caught up here. Memphis Wrestling Plus. Haven't seen Ellsworth since WWE days. Me either, really. Knicks versus No Chin James. Gun Show, Mike Anthony, The Posse, K. Toomer, and Justin Cole, new franchises for Memphis Wrestling. It would take some really good wrestlers to replace them. I agree, Larry. There's probably some names missing from that, but you're right on the money. And if those names are missing, they will be added at some point. Grind City, not only must see, we'll have to watch it twice. You guys go check out grindcitymedia.com/podcasts, and you'll see the Grind City Wrestling podcast there. I had an exclusive interview with Drew McIntyre, two-time WWE champion, so very, very cool. Melvin says, Bianca Belair to Memphis Wrestling confirmed. Man, I wish. Jonesy said that ending was wild. Fans got crazy. Yes, they did. They tried to attack Aaron Roberts. There was a kid that was actually getting some knuckle sandwiches in on him. Clown says, Team WrestleCenter for life. Oh, yeah. Keith, I love spending every Saturday watching Superstars of Memphis Wrestling. I really appreciate that, Keith. Thank you so much. If there's anybody that's watching right now that usually watches on CW30 Memphis, HBCU basketball is going to be featured for the next couple of months on CW30. So we have taken a 5 p.m. time slot due to basketball, which is really good. Nothing changes on any other stations or on our YouTube feed or anything. But if you usually watch on CW30 Memphis, we are no longer at the noon time slot. We're at 5 p.m. Also, if you want to come catch us live on January the 15th is our first live event, TV taping of 2023. You can get your tickets right now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. You use the code word Blake at checkout. You're going to save $5 per ticket. Also, we were handing out free tickets at Ghost River last night at our SmackDown pre-party, so hopefully we'll see a bunch of you guys out there. It's going to be an awesome event, and then we head straight to the Super Bout, our 2-year blockbuster anniversary, and I cannot wait. It's being billed as the biggest main event ever, so we will see what happens. And then also we're going to announce the feature attraction for February 4th, Super Bout, and I think you guys are really going to like it. What school for the blind did you get the refs? WrestleCenter? Fans supposed to stay in their seats and not do something stupid. Let's see. The best heat at the end of the episode. I'll give Memphis Wrestling credit for that. Great to see Jimmy Blaylock and his secret security get attacked by the ladies. Oh man, Mackenzie Morgan is back and she is hotter than ever. She was taking out everybody before getting in the ring and attacking DDT. Big congratulations to Mackenzie Morgan. In her first year in the business, has appeared on NBC Young Rock, and then also got an opportunity last night at SmackDown for WWE. So big congratulations to Mackenzie Morgan. Big things coming for her, and I can't wait to see what happens with her at the Super Bowl. I love the awards pick. I disagree with some of the picks, but we're all worthy. Yes, well, fan voted, man. So I know a lot of people thought the Posse should be the tag team of the year, or maybe Mike Anthony should be man of the year or MVP, and I do not disagree. They are very deserving. But when you let the fans vote against nasty attitudes, cheap tactics, spiking people in the eye, or beating up family members at ringside, yeah, I'm sure the fans are going to vote for the Posse and Mike Anthony. So they did it to themselves, but big congratulations to all the nominees. It's something else to be voted by your peers and by the fans in a top 3 of a certain category, and then to narrow it down and win a vote. And big shout out to the Gun Show in most of those categories. He had over half of the votes. So should be a big 2023 for the Gun Show, and he will have an opportunity to capitalize and prove us all right that this will be a big year, going one-on-one with Mike Anthony for the Memphis Heritage Championship on Milestone 100, which just so happens to be week 2 of the Grind City Rumble. Ellsworth versus MKZ. Oh, I'd love to see that. Will Memphis Wrestling Plus be on YouTube or Channel 30? YouTube Plus will be its own standalone, but it will live on championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. It'll be a subscription-based service that you can go in and you can take advantage of a lot of content that nobody has ever seen. Brand new content that will never be posted anywhere else. Courtney says actually Joey James Ellsworth. He was that kid you can pick on. Brody says, I'm so glad to see Mackenzie Morgan back. Me too. I like Big Ben Bishop. He should be Memphis Wrestling's Big John Studd. Even if he is a heel, that's fine with me. I don't know if he's a heel or not, but usually people tend to want to boo the biggest, baddest dude in the room. Drew McIntyre's really the best. I had a great conversation with him. Very cool. Keith says, haven't seen John Morrison in a while since he left WWE. Oh, well, last year we tried to do a big spring break, a Johnny Drip spring break, but we could not come to terms on a date. Spray Tan Van better watch his bodyguard. Let's see. Double M was whooping the Hollywood Click. It's called Getting Even. Jonesy says, Memphis, Tennessee, Super Bout, big attraction. I'm there. I hope to see you there, Jonesy. Make sure you say hello. Who could lift K Toomer? That's a good question, and I mean, no disrespect. Moose. Yeah, Moose will be on the program coming up. Correct with half the awards. Okay, Lurvy, very good. Rob says, I'm sure Limelight doesn't know what he's in for, the winner of Anthony and Gunn Show. I have been in communication with United Wrestling Network World Champion Danny Limelight. We actually came to an agreement on a date before finding out that the date was actually already booked. So, stay tuned. Mackenzie Morgan got a WWE contract. No, she did not get a WWE contract, but they did get an opportunity to go and work for WWE. Therefore, they got their foot in the door. Good stuff. Being booked on the highest level there is. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with me for a couple of minutes for the live reaction. Man, you know I love me some Memphis Wrestling. We got some really cool stuff coming up. We'll be setting up the ring out at Memphis University School here in Memphis, Tennessee, and doing a big Memphis Day Mayhem match out there. I believe it's Colton Cage versus Big Swole Justin Cole. That's happening. It's a private event on Monday. And then, of course, next Sunday, January 15th, Memphis Wrestling is live at the WrestleCenter featuring Blake Christian. And we're going to announce his opponent later this week. And then also James Ellsworth be in the house, which he has basically been calling out the women's division. So we'll see how that fares for him. And then also we're back for our Super Bout live at the WrestleCenter on February 4th. And we're going to release this week who's going to be the feature attraction for our Super Bout. And then also, just want to tell you, you can get those tickets in advance at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. If you're a diehard that loves to sit in the same place each and every time, you can now reserve your seat from now until whenever, to where you don't even have to worry about somebody sitting in your seat. I saw somebody talk about Lewis sitting in a different seat. So that's why the reservations have come about, is Lewis, we got to have him in his same seat every single week, and that's what he loves. Rob says, thanks for another worthwhile show. Have a good week. See the Maniacs tomorrow at UWN. That's right. Grind City Rumble and Royal Rumble. Can't wait. Yes, they are basically going to happen, I believe, on the same day is how it comes out. Grind City Rumble and the Royal Rumble. You can watch with us the Royal Rumble absolutely free at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. And folks, thank you so much. I am out of here. Busy, busy day, busy weekend, and gosh, a busy week coming up. Love Memphis Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching this at a later time and have a question, put it in the comments, and I'll always come back and do my best to respond. Eddie Kane, man, thank you for the $1.99, and I'll see you guys next week right here on Memphis Wrestling. Oh, yeah, busy is money. That's right, Rob. Thank you, guys.